Hosea 3.
Red Kanye Navy hiding acres.
Acres.
Purple like my favorite Laker.
Favorite Laker.
PTC, that mean keep the code.
Keep the code.
Rest in peace, Kobe,
Yeah, man.
Mama with the wings, that's the dragon.
That's the dragon.
Used to bell up with my pants sack.
Uh,
Now I'm redefining high fashion. Got that glow for whoever's asking. Chicken mama on your favorite corner.
favorite corner.
Need that work with your favorite donor.
Favorite donor.
Give sauce to your front door.
Front door.
Make them holler, we don't want no more.
Yeah, man.
Dropping up is our only option.
Only option.
For the car, we gon' get it poppin'.
Get it poppin'.
KTC, that mean keep the code.
Keep the code.
Code keepers here from head to toe. Last chance is you friend or foe.
Friend or foe.
Cause we hijack free, we'll sink your boat.
Sink your boat.
Soon you conference with how we go.
Esteban nigga shook. These niggas shoot.
KTC, you know how we do.
How we do?
Put up power first, we'll never lose.
Never lose.
Purple tears of joy, I love you.
I love you.
Purple crying cause red looks blue.
Red looks blue.
And I put it on the AI.
And
M-H-O-E, taking off.
taking off.
Yeah, we dripping in that bib song.
Then saw.
We paid the cost, now we need the ball.
With the ball.
Travel music, we just let them know.
Let them know.
KTC, that means keep the code.
Keep the code.
Travel mafia, they going stupid.
Getting smarter cause these rappers flew.
Okay, fire started just to light it up.
Light it up. Come to die, time to trap them up.
Travel mob.
Spit that treaty through the back door.
Back door. He's a fresh and made it
More and more.
more.
Grab my shield, wouldn't hesitate.
Why they argue heritage or hate? USA, call it hijack city. PSA,
They ain't fucking with me.
OG Naga from the days of old.
KTC, let me keep the code.
Keep the code. Swan night, I'm a Bravo.
Bravo.
That was back in 774. Forbidden histories, we got the book.
Got the book.
MHOE, we got the look.
Got the look.
Five Eyes Ma, drinking HaWah.
How I die.
Now we can all say Halal HaWah. KTC, that mean keep the code.
Keep the code.
Enjoy Sheba, chillin' in my road.
In my road.
Let's glad Ross at your front door. You gonna pay my dessert on the free throw.
Free throw.
Nipsey Hussle let them wings grow. He gon' hit us with that free flow. Hitting cringe all in the green low. Hitting switches for the free show. Curving chickens in the street roll. Street pros. We the freak show.
Freak show.
KTC, that mean keep the code. KTC, that mean keep the code. KTC,
Keep the code.
KTC, keep the code. KTC, keep the code. Code keeper, you keep the covenant. No power before your power, my knock. That's the album, man. Shabada up, Sheba Shalawah.
Shabbat Shalom to the home team. MHOE. KTC. Dripping in that mem sauce. Prester John. Installment number 68 for the victory lap. Bodies on bodies in Calais loose. 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 Bodies on bodies in Calais loose.
Bodies on bodies in Calais loose. Moshe is left unabated. Moshe is left unabated. That life force never faded. Bodies on bodies in Calais loose.
Akis on Akis, the Amaru.
We talking Sylvanus to Texas.
Yeah.
Genealogy never connected.
Yeah.
Their hobbies are digging up bodies.
Pomegranate, the house of Ramadi.
Chickamauga was fighting the zombies. Now they digging up bodies on bodies. Knock a body down, knock a found without a trace. Knock a field, body of Moshe. This is reality, riding your fate. Rock out with that, you rock out with the way. Only the way. I'ma do wonders of water true. Bodies on bodies in Calais loose. Took off my Jordans to cross over Jordan. My people passed over dry land in order. Excavations of bodies on bodies. Jericho to AI and then Hebron. Arizona State Museum, they drowned him. University of Arizona found him. Ancestor of the Rex and the Goose. Exilarch of the Grand Roofs. Bodies on bodies in Calais loose. Kicking it back to the Grand Dragoon. Artifacts from the ground reappear. Israel reigned for 67 years. Israel 2, roof only 6. Israel 3, crowded 26. Bodies in Calais loose. Moshe is left unabated. Moshe is left unabated. That life force never faded. Bodies on bodies in Calais loose. Akis on Akis, the Amaru. We talking so Vegas to Texas. Genealogy never connected. Their hobbies are digging the bodies. Pomegranate, the house of Romani. Chickamauga was fighting the zombies. Now they digging the bodies on bodies. Knock a body down, knock a found without a trace. Knock a field, body of Moshe. This is reality, riding your fate. Rock out with that, you rock out with the way. Only 100 to 900 AD. A David on David war was waging. Theodore and Sylvanus are great kings. American Empire gaming. A throne that could never be taken. Prester is famous forever. If we would have done it together, the promised land couldn't be better. Israel 3 was just banished for freeing Sylvanus till Texas. He was the first to break custom for burying dead in the city. He anticipated everything. 100 years since Jacob was king. He stationed himself on the front line. You could just say he's in battle time. You could just say he was KTC. Appointment of priest ruling widely. 895, this life was uncertain. 3,000 killed, we searching for purpose. Bodies and bodies in Calais loose. They psychologically gentrified truth. Gentrification on the entire nation. Keep telling Nagas right here to be patient. Bodies on bodies in Khalifa. So stressed, we smoking the reefer. Take a break just to get clearer. Take a look at the man in the mirror. Bodies on bodies in America. I'm feeling the vibe of hysteria. You give us a land that will tear you up. Why come we need you to carry us? Over bodies on bodies in Calais loose. Moshe is left unabated. Yeah. Moshe is left unabated. That life force never faded. Bodies on bodies in Calais loose. Akis on Akis, the Amaru. We talking Sylvanus till Texas. Genealogy never connect this. Their hobbies are digging the bodies. Pomegranate, the house of Romani. Chickamauga was fighting the zombies. Now they digging up bodies on bodies. Knock a body down, knock a found without a trace. Knock a field, body of Moshe. This is reality, riding your fate. Rock out with that, you rock out with the way. Only the way. Bodies on bodies in Calais loose. Moshe is left unabated. Moshe is left unabated. That life force never faded. Bodies on bodies in Calais loose. Akis on Akis, the Amaru. We're talking Sylvanus to Texas. Genealogy never connect this. Now we can all say Halal HaWah. Hey man, I'm just uploading this Torah only session. Don't mind me. Dropping in real time. So y'all seeing what be happening behind the scenes though. You know, this is what it takes, man, to upload videos up into this YouTube thing. That was a big drop right there. That was like, it's only 30 minutes, but you know what I'm saying, the full video, audio, it was like over about 1.5 gigabytes, man. That was a big download, my Naga. You seen behind the scenes drop. Now I'm gonna take that and upload that to the tube. Y'all wanna watch me upload it to the tube, man? Let's see. Let's go to YouTube Studio. It's a nice little Tanakh only session. I'm asking a very pivotal question here, man. How do YouTube Studio? Let's go. I'm asking a very pivotal question. Love to my sister Mac.
reading that 2 Samuel chapter 11, she's like, I don't believe it. I need some receipts, man, other than these scribes, man, on this one. On this one, because it's all about the vibration, not the information. Did khandrop? Did khandrop truly murder a man? We know he got bodies on bodies, but he's a warrior. He's at war. We know King David slayed Goliath? He's slaying giants. So David slays giants. We know that he got bodies on bodies, but perhaps he's not guilty of murder. Perhaps the jury's still out whether or not he sent Uriah to them front lines or whether Uriah was pulling up in a rebellion, according to the Georgian Brackatoni history. You know what I'm saying? You've been surfing the wave. This is Prester John, installment number 68. And we on our way to 70. Man, we just got 60 for the real one nip. And when we get to 70, there'll be a brand new Prester Pack 2. Every 10 Prester John drops, we're going to have a brand new Prester Pack, including that entire video series, those 10 full videos so you can watch them whether you got the internet or not. You got the full videos. You're going to have all the links. You're going to have the books to go with it. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to keep going. Every 10 Prester John drops, we're going to do a new Prester Pack. Get the first Prester Pack, because this one is brought to you by Prester Pack 1. After Shabbat, my nigga. After Shabbat. Shalom to the whole team, man. Shabbat Shalom. Prester John 68. We're going to take it real easy. You see me, I'm having a good time. I'm falling back. I'm in Shabbat mode. So don't, not too many mind. I don't want you to work your mind through this. I just want to kind of wave surf. I promise to show you some links. So let's go ahead and get to them links. And then maybe Prester John 69, we're going to get more back into the Parsival, tutorial, the romance. You dig? We on an investigation. Hosea 3 and 5. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, what am I doing? I'm uploading something, right? All right, let's press this. Upload video. Select file. Managa, I'm uploading Tanakh only session, popping off about King Dawid in real time on Prester John, installment number 68. It don't get no realer than this, man. My balcony surfers, they never saw us coming. But we've been balcony surfing for over half a decade. We've grown together. We tribed up together. And we vibe up together. All right. So these are some of my old defaults. I gotta switch this. I've been waiting 2 years to switch my defaults. What do I do next? Next. Let's go next. Monetization. Hell no, we don't monetize Prester John. Oh, what are we doing? Tanakh. We don't monetize Tanakh only sessions. We only monetize our radio shows, excluding our Tanakh only sessions, because I don't want to be in mid-script and then it cuts into some cryptocurrency commercial or something crazy, some type of deodorant thing, something crazy, some depressing ass advertisement. I don't want them to cut on me mid-script. On the Kalelus, Treasures of Utah, American Holocaust, I'm going to start monetizing those strictly to pay for our land, to pay for things we need for the land. That's the only purpose in the monetization. Other than that, we'll never monetize our YouTube videos or our straight up drops. We never monetize our straight up drops. Only the radio shows, excluding our Tanakh only sessions. So, we're being framed in shape, and we do need some type of framework, right, to build our fence and do what we got to do. Look out for me coming live. A lot of y'all been asking, like, drop, what's up? You gonna come live? Honestly, man, I live in Inglewood, man. I'm from the wood, you know what I'm saying? And it's not a lot of good internet. My internet is just so off and on, that my lives begin interrupted. But I'm going to try again, and I do want to start doing belly flop fundraisers for the land. You know what I'm saying? Do some belly flop fundraisers to build our land as well as our infrastructure at 432. We want to build a new website, a new app. So, you know what I'm saying? We'll go like 50-50 on the land and the infrastructure to build up in real time, man. All praise to ThaWaDa. You're going to be there to help us. So look out for the belly flop fundraisers, man, the BFFs. You want to be my BFF belly flop fundraiser coming at you. So do I monetize this Tanakh only session? Yes or no, Drop Nation? It's real time, yes or no? Hell no, man. Hell no, we don't do that here, man. Only the radio shows, excluding Tanakh. All right, let's go. Let's get to the flow. I'm taking it. I got the glow. You know what I'm saying? You got the glow. I got the glow. We got the glow. We glowing. We feeling good. What's this? Copyright? I don't know, man. Come on, man. I just want to drop the video. Y'all see what we got to go through in real time, man. Just to drop. I know my space is low. Let's go private because, I didn't even put a title on it. I don't want to just drop it without a title. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I want to have some respect for my knockers. All praise HaWah. All praise HaWah for Drop Nation. All right. So we loading up Tanakh only session. Let's get back into our channel or content. Okay. Hey, we did it. Anaga, we did it again. We did it again. Oh, I do have it. Oh, yeah, I do remember my title. You know what, man? I do remember. Let's put the title in together, man. This is happening in real time. You're going to see it uploaded. You're going to be like, I was there. I was there, man. I was behind the scenes, man. Title. Let's go. It ain't 2019 no more. I know that for sure. All right. The Warrior. King David. Y'all want King or y'all want Khan? Let's go Khan because, he's more of a Khan than a king. Warrior Khan David has plenty bodies on bodies. But perhaps not. I got to do that big, man, because he's, King David has been accused of this murder of Uriel, and I'm like, we might finally have stumbled on, all praise HaWah, some validation that the story was inverted, and I want to put it back on the table. I want to put it back for the jury, not the scribes, not the translators, not these hijack agendas in our biblios. Can we put the story? I mean, even with Cain and Abel, right? We've surfed that wave. We were willing to surf the wave that maybe Cain is the good guy. Maybe Abel is a Baal. Maybe Cain is the Khan, you know what I'm saying? With the mark or the sign, right? The covenant. Yeah, man, yeah. But perhaps, all right, man, I know, man, I'm critical. But perhaps not bigger drop, not, David he's fought for this chance to come back to the jury, man. Not guilty of murder. The warrior Khan David has plenty bodies, but perhaps not guilty of murder. I'll let y'all dig on it. Bang! I'll let you dig on it. Hey, this is happening in real time. KTC, that means keep the code. All right, so I'll have more space because this is about 1.5 gigs. I'm going to have more space after that uploads. You know what I'm saying? Let's see how far we got. Let's go back to the content. Y'all like drop crazy, man. Nah, man, I want y'all to know what it takes, man. Some of y'all might want to start YouTube channels and pop off, so this is what it takes, man. All right. Okay. As you can see. What? No, I don't want to cancel. They tried to trick me into canceling my upload. But as you can see, our monetization is always off. off. So if you see ads in our videos, you see that the monetization on our videos are always off. All these drops, you know what I'm saying? Like, people think I'm crazy. Like, drop, man, you could be getting paid off YouTube. Drop. I don't like to be interrupted when I'm dropping the drop, man. Sometimes they make me ineligible. I can't even try. I can't even get, monetization on this one if I even try. But you see, it's always off, except what? See, these drops right here? Nah, see, these are just little, spin-offs. You know what I'm saying? These aren't, these are actually spin-offs of other drop. You know what I mean? So, all right, cool. Radio shows and spin-offs. Here we go. Yeah, all right. Yeah, man, we about to be balling off of radio shows and spin-off monetizations, man. But I'll never monetize the actual drops, you know what I'm saying? Because I never want them interrupted, man. They say, you crazy, drop, you could be balling. Nah, man, I don't want that YouTube tax money, man. You know what I mean? I want to build up with Ether packs and Prester packs, man. Every 10 Prester drops, we're dropping a new Prester pack. Support that. And AI, for building up the infrastructure and letting us, secure our land in real time. Look out for the land. GoFundMe for the fence. We're doing it step by step. One for the fence, one for the water, getting our well, one for the septic, you know what I'm saying? One for, just, building the shelters, my niggas. So, Halal HaWah, all praise HaWah. 2024, Finney is crisscrossing on your head bone. Finney is crisscrossing on your head bone. So we want to be in a good position by at least 2024, you know what I'm saying? But all praise HaWah, we at least got flat land and areas that we could put tents on if we had to today. And that's all praise HaWah for Joy World. Hey, peculiar joy, salute my aqua, because we popping off with the aquas. Hey, salute to Lady Hannah. Like the Templar said, you talking Hannah. You talking Anna like Annia. KTC, we the freak show. Hey, let's go to a couple comments so we can spark off, and just surf the wave nice and easy, nice and relaxed. It's the Sheba. I'm falling back. I ain't going crazy. I just want to tie up some stuff before I get to some of these links that I normally try to belly flop with. I'm going to go right into them, you know what I'm saying? We're going to have a good time on Prester John 68, Shabbat style. Lego. Yeah. Shout out to my Naga Bad News Greatest, man. One of the first drop artists, drop producers, man. Popping off, man. All right. Where we at? Was it last person, John? Oh, yeah. Comments. Let's go. So if you haven't got the last Prester John, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? You can click the list. We got the playlist somewhere, right? What's the playlist? Oh, I gotta leave here for that. Let me leave here. Or maybe I can see it in my dashboard. Oh, it said it right there, playlist. Let's go back. Playlist. All right. I'm gonna do a couple more playlists, but I started a couple more. I did the Kalelus. We got like 3. So for now on, all the Kalelus drop will go there. We got the Cities of Gold. It was real tough, my naga, because I almost started going right into the Cities of Gold. And then I said, nah, I can't take my foot off the neck bone. of the hijack. So here we go, man. Prester John 68. Lego. Purple tears of joy, I love you. Purple crying cuz red looks blue. And I put it on the A high. MHOE taking off. Yeah, we dripping in that mem sauce. We paid the cost, now we beat the boss. Tribal music, we just let them know. KTC, that mean keep the cold. Tribal Mafia, we going stupid. Getting smarter cause the drop is fluid. Yeah, man. You got all the Presters, man. My Naga, I mean, let's just, enjoy a trip down memory lane. Prester John 16. I mean, 2016, part 1. That's where we started. We're in 21. 5 years of dropping this drop. We're not biased about it. We're just reconning. These first Prester Johns, I was like, around here's when I started looking at, the letter of King David and this connection. But even then I was like, man, who's this Prester, man? Who's this Prester? We on your ass, Prester John. Now I'm like, nah, man, we on your tracks, man, because, we respect the Prester. Hey, this is that work. So the first 60 of these are on your Prester Pack 1. All right, and Prester Pack 2s, they'll be much, much less than that. The Prester Pack 1s are what, 60, I think it's 60 even. The Prester Pack 2s will be, 30, you know what I'm saying? And we do it for every 10 Prester John drops. We'll make it happen, Halal HaWah. Put them joints on and put them videos on it. But yeah, Prester 67. And maybe, we'll do like some type of belly flop where we just belly flop into each one. That'd be pretty dope. Like get like 3 minutes from each one. That'd be pretty dope, my nigga. First, let me get to a couple links. Maybe we'll just do that, Help me fall back a little bit. It is the Shabbat. I shouldn't be jumping from link to link all day. But when you talk about Urei, you got to say which one. Is David guilty of the sin of murder? We know he got bodies on bodies in war. David slices and dices. He's a warrior, right? But is David guilty of murder? Or is it something the scribes wrote to make Jesus, JC, look way more perfect than he actually is and make Dawi and everybody else, look imperfect, make Moses look imperfect, right? For some reason, he can't see the promised land. All that work Moses put in and they kind of slide over the reason why he can't see the promised land. All that work King David put in and they kind of just muddy up with a story about slaying a man because he wants his woman, Tamar or Sheba, who's bathing on the rooftop, exposing herself. Now she's just a harlot. He's just after harlots. Gets her pregnant. Brings Uriel or Uri back from the battle to try to get him drunk so he could lay with his wife to cover up the sin so that he could say it's his child now, all this premeditated shit. Then kill him. Come on, man. You think HaWah would anoint that frequency? That's a premeditated murder, man. That's adultery to the nth power. And now you got to try to trust a king that's capable of this type of adultery, this type of murder, premeditated. I don't know, man. I'm rocking with Mac on this one, man. Mac said she don't believe it, man. Mac said, this is hijack city. That King David is not guilty of this transgression. So how far did they go when the kingdom split? We're not saying he's, the tip of perfection. We're just saying, was he guilty of this murder? Because when you look at this Uriah starts lining up with David Salsman, ex-husband of Tamar. And in Prester 67, 66, you know what I'm saying? Tamar, after Uri dies, she marries David, right? So she becomes David's queen. Now, why did Uri die? Was it according to what 2 Samuel says, that he was put in the front line and that was it, boom, boom? Or did Uri cause a rebellion as lining up with this Georgian history? This is what's not being taught to us. Who is the king of the islands? This is Prester John Jadaron. Who are the islands? Oh boy. Okay. Let's see how the upload is so I can delete some of this heavyweight storage I'm using. Oh man, did I leave it? Yeah, so get the drop. I'll leave the link, you know what I'm saying? So at least you got that drop. If you want any of the drop links, I no longer put them on YouTube. I'm putting them only on my website, 432thedrop.com. I will be putting them in separate posts starting after Sheba. I'm updating all the stuff. Drop Shop. You'll be getting all that Natural by Law, CJ Battle, Aqua Miss D, you know what I'm saying? Everyone who's dropping beautiful arrangements and just, just great products, man. You'll be getting all the great products in the Drop Shop that you can rock with after Shabbat. Peace and power to my Nagas all across Amma. Shabbat Shalom. Halal HaWah. Hey, hi, my sister Tracy. She said, this is Aqua Tracy Tamara. My Ish professor told me that I guess that's Ish, told me that my name is Hebrew. Thank you for the drop. I hadn't thought of it for a while. She's actually participating and leading me to Hawaii. How about that? That's a whole chapter anyway. Thought I'd share a drop that states in the first 4 minutes that the slave trade has been told in reverse. That's what we've been saying. This is the second video I've heard him come out and flatly state that the so-called black African American people are the natives, although all of his video questions the telling of history. And she said she couldn't post it, but you can look it up with John Levi, who dropped some drop. We feature his drop in the ether sometimes. Love the Sam Ross thing, checking in. Dizzle Fitty, Shalom to my cons, man. Shalom, Shabbatah, armor up. That's all we talking about. Sam, what it do? The tribe got the drop. Pop off, Shabbatah. Mel D, what it do? Shalom, family con drop. I have a track called Do You Believe in Dragon? I'm just playing, man. I'm sure it doesn't sound like that. Do you believe in dragon? Well, I hope you do. Do. Hey, I'm on it, man. Let's go. It's not recorded yet, but it's written, and I would love to have an official draconologist on this one. Let me know. Halal HaWah. Hey, Mel D, I'll be the one singing. Do you believe in dragon? Hit me up, Mel D. Hit me up. You already know, man. Music at 432thedrop.com. All the producers, man, you want to get down with this Tribe Up Music, we need your production. You know what I'm saying? So we can stop just using any YouTube producers. You know what I'm saying? We want our Nagas that are producers, you know what I'm saying, to pop off these drop tracks. Let's pop off these drop tracks, man. Let's go. Hit me up. Music at 432thedrop.com. Red Eagle 720, he figured out how to change his name. That's what's up. I heard you, KD. You already know I'm on the ad. Hey, man, you already know, man. Love you. I glad you noticed. And hey, to the Dragon. Thanks for the explosive recon I'm about to dig on. Hey, man, it's popping off, man. Dragon Child. Hey, dropped this great drop on the pyramids and the flows. It's popping off. Bodies on bodies in Calais loose. Moshe is left unabated. Love the Dragon Child. Hey, pop up in the drop cheddar. That's where we're going to leave all our links, man. Hey, if y'all don't mind, man, I'm still popping off some tribal music before we start belly flopping. I wonder how that's going to go if we try to belly flop Prester John 1 through, 67? I might just have to do like a minute. 3 minutes would take a long time. I might have to do like a minute and a half. Belly flops. Bang, boom, bang. Are y'all capable of belly flopping 67 Prester Johns about a minute and a half for Prester John 68? That might make this the greatest Prester John of all time. Oh, in your face, bro. Bodies on bodies in Calais loose. Moshe is left unabated. Moshe is left unabated. That life force never faded. Man. Oh boy. Oh boy. Bodies on bodies. Bodies on bodies. Look at this body. Man, that's that Goliath right there, man. We know King David got bodies, man. He got Goliath, though. But is he guilty of murder?
Bodies on bodies in Calais loose. Moshe is left unabated. Moshe is left unabated. That life force never faded.
Bodies on bodies in Calais loose.
Aggies on Aggies, the Admiral. We talking Sylvanus to Texas. Genealogy never connect this. Their hobbies are digging up bodies. Pomegranate, a house of Ramani. Chickamauga was fighting the zombies. Now they digging up bodies on bodies. Knock a body down, knock a found without a trace. Knock a field, body of Moshe. This is reality, right in your face. Rock out with that, you rock out with the way. Only the way. I'ma do wonders of water truth.
Bodies on bodies in Calais loose.
Took off my Jordans to cross over Jordan. My people passed over dry land in order. Excavations of bodies on bodies. Jericho to Ai and then Hebron. Arizona State Museum, they drowned them. University of Arizona found them. Ancestor of direction of goose. Exilarch of the Grand Roots.
Bodies on bodies in Calais loose.
Kicking it back to the Grand Dragoon. Artifacts from the ground reappear. Israel reigned for 67 years. Israel 2, roof only 6. Israel 3, crowded 26. Bodies in Calais loose.
Moshe is left unabated.
Moshe is left unabated.
That life force never faded.
Bodies on bodies in Calais loose.
Aggies on Aggies, the Admiral.
We talking Sylvanus to Texas. Genealogy never connect this.
Their hobbies are digging the bodies. Pomegranate, the house of Ramani.
Chickamauga was fighting the zombies.
Now they digging the bodies on bodies.
Knock a body down, knock a found without a trace.
A king named Khan.
This is reality.
A king named Khan. Let's go. Khan.
David on David, war was waging.
Let's go.
Theodore and Sylvanus of great kings. American Empire gave me a throne that could never be taken. Prince HaWah is famous forever. If we would have done it together, the promised land couldn't be better. Israel 3 was just banished for free in Sylvanus.
I'm just belly flopping, man. So the ancient Egyptian king is named Khan. Come on, man. Before the kings of ancient Egypt began to build pyramids and above ground cities, it was found that Khan was a descendant of King Zaphnath in Egypt, who may have been Joseph in the Bible. Bang.
To Texas, he was the first to break custom for burying dead in the city.
He anticipated everything.
100 years since Jacob was king. He stationed himself in the front line. You could just say it's in battle time. You could just say,
in my noggin, Egypt and America is a body bag for where Israel is, because Israel is always connected to Egypt. Whether you're talking Middle East or you're talking America, man. They weren't separated by water. This is a body bag for the illusion when we talk Moshe is left unabated. Oh man, oh man, oh man. G.E. Kincaid, what did you do?
It was KTC, appointment of priest ruling widely. 895, this life was uncertain. 3,000 killed, we searching for purpose. Bodies and bodies in collectors. They psychologically gentrified truth. Gentrification on the entire nation. Keep telling niggas right here to be patient. Bodies on bodies in Khalifa. So stressed we smoking the reefer. Take a break just to get clearer. Take a look at the man in the mirror. Bodies on bodies in America. Feeling the vibe of the
And he got him a proxy Indian to help him find some stuff, right? But not the noggin. Not the noggin. He got him somebody else to help him find some things, right? Always helping the man.
area. You give us a land that will tear you up. But why come we need you to carry us over bodies on bodies in Kalalus? Moshe is left unabated. Moshe is left unabated. That life force never faded. Bodies on bodies in Kalalus. Akis on Akis, the Amaru. We talking Sylvanus to Texas. Genealogy never connected. The hobbies are digging the bodies. Pomegranate, the house of Ramani. Chickamauga was fighting the zombies. Now they digging the bodies on bodies. Knock a body down, knock a found without a trace. Knock a field, body of Moshe. This is reality, right in your face. Rock out with that, you rock out with the way. Only the way.
50 ThaWaDa. 50,000 Egyptians. Upwards. Just in the Grand Canyon. I would call that a Negro Naga city, wouldn't you? I would call that a mini Nagaville. But they said upward, right? So how many Nagas were chilling in the Grand Canyon? And why is this Buddha situation that's supposed to be connected with the Hindu or the India, but it's right here in America, right? Which is first? Don't go off of what they told you. Go off of what is being covered up. Hey, Five Eyes Ma, drinking HaWah.
Staying in line, help my soul. My enemies can't stop my growth. You can see the fire from my window. Crown chopped with glow, that's my halo. KTC, help my glow. Watch my Hennessy, watch my flow. I ain't talking no alcohol. Only primary from New York. KTC, don't let me fall. I can see the light down the hall. Tunnel vision, I don't see y'all. I just see my future off the wall. Hitting me while destiny call. I just run track, don't really ball. Matter of fact, not at all. I just sit back and shot a call. Beat hitting me in my temple. Feeling up, beat slow my tempo. Bag it up, shoot it from the hip though. Hijack back before I kick though. After my mail, don't get no more. My melanin worth more than gold. You can't break me, that's my code. Good energy in me, that's my goal. Keep the code, that's my stilo.
Rockin' Tribal Mafia, that's my people.
Ma'am sauce leaking out the people.
Five Eyes, let's go.
House full but empty of the ego. I'ma keep flowing for the ego. Until the hijack go to zero. Until the bullshit go like C4. Until KTC's all we know. KTC, I got the glow. KTC, me keep the Stilo. You KTC, you my hero. We here though, it's one brand new metal. Comprehendo, we hot habanero. No settle KTC, comprehendo. I speak dope Espanol. Keep the code, it's the key to the plano. KTC for the tribe, that's Mando. KTC pops her in the green flannel. Now I can see the dragon flaming green ammo. Living out of cold, that's a cold gamble. Like playing full court, it's a broke sandal. The tribe got scattered in the cold scramble. We KTC living by example. To your feet, we be dripped and gold. KTC, that means keep the cold. KFC, we do that no more. Cherokee, like the days of old. Vaccinate, we just tell them no. We the Capricorn original. Prester John, he been here before. Hosea 3, we already know. Grand Canyon, they be hiding acres. Killing purple like my favorite Laker. KTC, that mean keep the code. Rest in peace, Kobe, he the go. Mama with them wings, that's a dragon. Used to bail out with my pants sagging. Now we redefining high fashion. Got that glow for whoever's asking. Chicken mama on your favorite corner. Need that work, we your favorite donor. Mim sauce to your front door. Make them holler, we don't want no more. Dropping up is our only option. For the con, we go get it poppin'. KTC, that mean keep the code. Code keep us here from head to toe. Last chance is you friend the phone. Cause we hijack free, we'll sink your bones. Sunni complex, reppin' how we cool. Esteban Eagle shook, these niggas shoot.
These niggas shoot. Hey, man, we shoot frequency around here, man. Yeah. It's one of them sites that either don't let you translate or they translate a little bit at a time real slow, and they make it real hard for you to, you know, if you don't speak French, you know, they make it real hard around here. But it's all good. Because there's a such thing as Google Translate. And, you know, we can copy and paste and, you know, take our time. But here again is an example of one of the paragraphs I copied and pasted from this article. There are some documented stories of ships sailing on this ancient sea of salt and references to 7 cities. I told y'all I almost dropped cities of gold. Maybe I'll do a double drop. I mean, who knows? It's the Sheba.
Wow.
Halal HaWah. 7 cities on an island in the middle of the sea, said to be mythical place called Aslan. A town is said to have been called Avlan, and the documents also speak of this famous lake Kapala. Same lake mentioned in the Forbidden Histories of America. Right? Wow. Put a power first, we never lose. Now remember the British Museum map, right? My Nagas. Purple tears of joy, I love you. Purple crying cuss, red loves blue. Do you remember British Museum Prester map? Put a power first, we never lose. Naga, I can't make this stuff up, man. The same map that we got, right? Does North America exist? America, which is South America now, because they had to put a South on it, because before there was no North America. This is just Cathay. I know it's blurry, but you feel me? India superior. Prester, John. This is the Bering Strait, Strait of Anion. And this is the Kingdom of Anion, Kingdom of Kaveri, or Heber, Kiber. Mexico, Cuba, Cathay, Prester John, India Superior. Yeah, man, they found the Superior Naga in the Superior India. Con. Okay. Put our power first, we never lose. Purple tears of joy, I love you. Hey, I found another link. It's similar to the Yahoo project, but it doesn't have near amount of drop. But I definitely want to dig on this too. Digging on this Makir Theodore Roos. Yeah. We gotta dig on it. But back to the Joseph link. Now, this famous Lake Kapala is mentioned in the Forbidden Histories of America by Daniel Lowe. I think it's mentioned earlier around page 30 or so. We've been in this link so many times together, Drop Nation. We've learned how to navigate once you get past all the hijack images they want to show you of your people. Oh, these are the images of the indigenous such and such. Are they? Are they? You might as well be telling me that this is Earth, man. Come on, man. All right, valleys of Mexico. Now let's look for this Lake Kapala. Again, you see the creator's name always within these ancient names. T-O-T, HaWah Khan. I mean, you can see the Hebrew and break it down with the indigenous flow with the dragonfly perspective, right? You see the Shilatok Khan. You see the Khan all over the place. That's why they call it the American, the American. But you know, C-A-N don't sound like Ken. It's only the Khan, my not American. Come on, man. Ain't it spelled C-A-N? We're talking the Khan. You don't just change the phonetics, hijack city to hide the Khan, to hide the fact that you're still in the Hawa Khan, the Tina Chitlan, I mean, that's, this 1300s, 1200s flow, coming out of this migration with Israel, with the third, the fourth, coming out of that Sylvanus to Texas flow, right into Tenochtitlan, Tititlan, you know what I'm saying? And then, of course, you got the cool Hawakan. So you got the T-O-T Hawakan, and you got the cool Hawakan. I mean, I'm just saying Hawa is everywhere. Hawa is everywhere. And they mentioned something about this Lake Kapala. Hold on, man, let me get back on the 432 radio flow, because we just bumping that water. It's the Shabbat Shalom. We got that water flowing, because we want to be one within that frequency, that mem sauce. We got that mem sauce flowing for the Shabbat. What's up with this Lake Kapala? Let's get it bigger. Okay. We're getting there. We getting there. So Daniel Lowe's talking about in the Forbidden Histories of America. Shout out to Daniel Lowe. Also wrote Treasures of Utah. Also wrote Nephite North. Great classic drops. We've used since the beginning of time. Now, he says, some of my friends felt that it would be redundant to include a portion of the previous book, Treasures of Utah, and so I'm going to include a recap of the concept of the elusive Elusive Lake Kapala. What's so elusive about Lake Kapala? According to the legend in many old Latin maps of the 15th and 16th centuries, there was a large lake located in the basin area of the northeastern Utah. A lake left over from BC times wherein a vast ocean of water once covered the majority of eastern Utah and into Colorado and Wyoming. So this is the remnant of a major, damn near an ocean, right? It covered the entire Utah damn near. This lake is still connected with that particular, you know what I'm saying, mem sauce. Love to yourself, the real, look out for us. Man, I just really, that's why repetition breaks the spell, because I've dropped on this before, but I really thought about it at this moment with you right now, Drop Nation, that this water in this lake is connected to the what they call a BC time. This is a lake that's left over from ancient times, right? Where a vast ocean of water once covered the majority of eastern Utah into Colorado and Wyoming. So that's some special water. That's some ancient water. Remember that Frozen drop, that animated hijack? and, you know what I'm saying? But Frozen, there's I think part 2. I don't know. But it said Olaf, the little snowman dude, said that the water had memory. And then she said, oh, yeah, the water has memory. And then she remembered her past or the ancestors or something. So water has memory. Water's alive. The water you drink out these plastic bottles, they squeeze the life out of that. They squeeze the mem sauce out of that, But the primary water, man, that yourself has been flowing on with the Stephen Reese drop that we got to get back to because it's so pertinent, man. That water is alive. It's still alive. It has memory. Imagine Nagas drinking that primary that mem sauce. Imagine Nagas drinking that mem sauce. Wow. Love to Yosef the real. We back on it, man. Yosef, we popping off. We getting that water to the Nagas. We getting that mem sauce to the Nagas. Halal HaWah. We getting that mem sauce to the Nagas. Yeah. Yeah, man. To better understand how it is possible that this lake existed from the days of the crucifixion 2,000 years ago and surviving apparently into 900 to 1,000 AD, that's when the waters receded. That's when the famine hit. That's why they went to Tenochtitlan. One might also want to read the previous book called Nephi North, chapter 14, The Waters of the Repliacum. I had suspected for years that a remnant of an ancient ocean which once covered the eastern half of Utah for some time. I had played with the idea of the basin area of the northern eastern Utah retaining a lake, having been fed by the underground rivers that are more abundant under our Utah mountains than any geologist will admit. My naga, mem sauce under the mountains. Mem sauce all underneath Utah. Shout out to Peculiar Joy. Popping on. The Ahab is real. Without that spark, a naga wouldn't even have seriously pursued even looking for Joy World. And they tell us, we got water about 30 feet underneath. We're popping our well off. With my naga, we got primary mem. We gotta get back in that mem sauce. Ancient ocean. It is my belief that this lake existed from the days of the so-called crucifixion, dodge your own hijack, to about 900 AD, when another earthquake mentioned by the Roman Jewish colonies, or the Romani Hebrews already here, and indigenous Native American legend. So all this is the same. Indigenous, or the Native American legend, and the Roman Jewish colony are the same. Romani, pomegranate, promised land, Nagas, already here. The copper color and Maroccans are the Native American, are the Romani, are the Hebrew. Occurred, causing the source waters to return to the underground. This popped off the famine, and the remnant of this is Lake Kapala, just to show you what time it is. This is the remnant of the ancient ocean. Ping, pow, boom. Woo! Now we dripping in that mem sauce. I read this a million times and really just now hit me, man. You know what I'm saying? I hope it hit you too. We're just talking about Judah. Okay. We're talking Lake Kapala. Let's get this paragraph. The old Latin maps are just to perfect of a are just too perfect of a match to this no longer hypothesis, as the shoreline is quite identifiable, existing at one level of 6,000 feet. It would seem the existence of this very strikingly similar lake, which science claims existed 33 million kajillion years ago, just happens to be so close in appearance to the lake, which appears on the old Latin map. So these old Latins, they knew this was an ancient ocean, the ancient ocean, the drop, the mem sauce, the memory. You freeze water, those crystals, that's like this, that's crystals like they use in your laptop, the silica, the silica trees, Avatar, the memories, the ancestors, right? That's why they build all these dams. They're cutting off the mem sauce. When they build the dams, they change the whole entire typology or topology. Let's go. Science wants to claim this existed 33 million kajillion fulfillion years ago. But it happens to be so close in appearance to the lake, which appears on old Latin maps. This lake was likely documented and kept from the rest of the world by the early Roman Jewish colonies. Or you're just saying that it was documented by the Hebrew Romani that's already here. If you look at some of the maps done by the old Latin explorers, even in the 1700s, it is quite obvious that they are lacking in this seeming well-guarded. Ooh-wee! It's a guarded secret. Guarded secret, my naga. My naga, this is Prester John 68. We can go forever, because there's so many guarded secrets. How long have we been talking about getting into Parsifal and Toro, the romances, man? Wait until we get into the romances, man. It's gonna be mind blasting. We covered so much, and we never do flashbacks. We never belly flop into our work that we put in along the way. We never do that. We just pop off with new work every single time. But today we're gonna get at least a minute from each Prester John and let you know what time it is. We're gonna really belly flop, my naga, and maybe we'll start doing that regularly, because a minute ain't really enough when you're talking about a 2-3 hour drop. So we can belly flop every single time and have get it like it's the first time. We can do this forever just off the belly flops, my noggin. That's HaWah. That's that water. That's that mem sauce. 432, We the Freak Show. KTC, let me keep the call. We could do this forever. I could do nothing but belly flop drops for the next 40 years, my nigga. And we'll just be popping off. We don't gotta do Cities of Gold. We ain't gotta get back in the flat drop 101. We ain't gotta get back on the frequency of the creator 432, law of nines. We ain't gotta get back into the OSB. We ain't gotta do all the other stuff I got written down to do. We could just belly flop in our previous Prester John series for the next 40 years right here at 432 Java Radio. That's that mem sauce. All we can do is get better, and all you can do is get better. Content is not a problem for the con. Not the cons. We could read script for the next 40 years and pop off, my nugget, at 432 to drop radio. We could just talk about keeping it cold. We can get back into the Sefer Homage Woe. Yeah, dig. We taking a victory lap from the last 7 years of popping off. HaWah. We've been popping off since we was on Facebook 7 years ago. Before YouTube. Because there's so many guarded secrets of the land of Kalelus, or Cibola, which is also spelled with the C-U-V, which looks like a U, obviously. Cibola. Okay. So here's some examples of this lake, right? We're talking about Lake Apala, the ancient ocean. Mem sauce. Cibola. Here we go. These are the ancient Latin maps, man. And he's going to do, you know what I'm saying, like a modern Google Map situation. And we're going to compare this to Google Maps. And is this Lake Apala still popping off in Utah? Dripping in the mem sauce. We paid the cost. Now we beat the boss. Tribe Up Music, we just let them know. Granata, Palma, Granata, Palma, Granata, Pomegranate, Ramon, Ramani. Hey man, how's my upload doing, man? I'm just popping off. Because I want to make sure I got plenty space. I don't want them hijacking me, man. I want to be hijack free. Oh yeah, I want to do these comments too. I'm gonna get to the comments, man. I got y'all. Let's go. We're just dripping in the mem sauce. Hey, love to my Aqua Carol Hawk. I gotta write you back, Aqua. She actually wrote some great inspiration for the Nagas, and she created this beautiful, you know what I'm saying? It's like a designer, you know. I mean, like we got it right on our table. You know, it's a it's like a box that you put special things in. It's like a trap box, but it has keep the code on it and beautiful designs. It's beautiful, and I appreciate that. The droplets love it. Ahab Carol Hawk for that. Ahab to my Aquadora. Oh man, I love to smells the one on IG. You already know what time it is, you know what I'm saying? She got her beautiful, you know, soaps, you know what I'm saying, and you know, bath products and just feel good, you know, vibration, tribe up, you know what I'm saying, products for the tribe, whether it's soaps, you know what I'm saying, lotions, I believe she got them as well, you know, just the whole flow, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna put all this in the drop shop. You're gonna see what we talking about. The love to my Aqua smells the one, man, and she be putting it down with my bro, Yosef the Real, dripping in that mem sauce. You know what I'm saying? I wish I had it in front of me right now so I could, you know, really go all into it, but they're some of the most beautiful soaps, handcrafted, and they got all the drop in it, as well as my sister Aqua Miss D, she got the drop on that. My Aquas are popping off. Let's go. I just can't get enough. I just can't get enough. Natural by Law, man. Them crystals are amazing. Hit up naturalbylaw.net. Matter of fact, I'm going to go there. So, yeah. I'm going to go there. So, we serious. This is going to be in the drop shop. Support indigenous business, my naga, after Sheba. Yeah. Look at this beautiful site this bro got up, man. Look at this. You want to crystallize? Hit up Natural by Law, natural gems and stones, man. Oh, wow. Hey, Natural, my bro CJ's been doing it for a long time. Let the CJ battle Crystal James. My bro got they gem. They gem water. Gem water. You got that water. Drop Nation got that water. Hey, this is naturalbylaw.net. We truly care about your frequency. Hey, get the drive, man. Ain't no play. KTC, we the freak show. We talked about them stones last time, and Prester John and them stones, man. And you see what time it is. Look at this. Look at these. And he's giving you the hookup. Because you go to a crystal shop, you're going to be breaking 12 times this amount, man. The bro's giving it to you on the low. After Shabbat, holla at the bro. Natural by Law. The road tonight, man. And we talking about the Rodons. Oh, man. Natural got the drive, man. Right in our face, bro. Woo. Pure copper spheres. Hey, Nat. Just put a couple of copper balls aside for a nugget, man. The agate, I love the agate, man. Oh, this bro got the drop. Very powerful flows. Lapis Lazuli, Tiger Eye. Gives you that confidence, man. Amethyst, Supreme Flow. Hey, natural gems and stone. Yeah, let's pop off, man. All right. So, again, we're digging on this separate link. That's in French. Keep trying to translate it. It says no. So I got you. The Google Translate machine. Again, a town is said to have been called Avlon, and the documents also speak of this famous Lake Kapala that geologists call Lake Unity, which is 33 million years old. The documents speak of seven cities of gold. Kalelu, also called Kalekuas. Okay. How they spell it? Kalekuas. Have you ever heard of it like that, Kalelus? Nah, I ain't talking about Calicut, but maybe I am. Maybe this is just Kalelus as well. West Virginia got a Kalikua situation? Okay. So they're connecting a lot of this with Virginia. Tradition and archaeologies. The Kalakaua. I told you Hawah's name is in everything. That got the drive. Calic Hawah. Wow, that UA is HAWA, HUA, UA, all the same phonetic frequency. Wow. Man, okay. All right. Some books on this. I'm just surfing away. Kalakaua. What if I put Arizona next to it? Still take it to Virginia. They keeping me right there in Virginia too. I might have to say, whoa, is there a Calicut, Arizona? Is that what you're saying? Oh, easy. All right. Y'all want to take a flight? But there is Calicut connected to India. Man, let's go back. Let me put parentheses on this. I'm just surfing the web. You gotta fight through the algorithm. Montezuma for the free throw. Let me see Hustle let them wings grow. He gonna hit us with that free flow. Curving chickens in them street pros. Hitting switches for the free show. KTC, we the freak show. Yeah. We back to the Kalelu artifact. I have made no secret of the many Spanish exploration documents of the past which I have in my collection, which today is no big feat, and they are available to anyone who has enough desire to seek them out. Are you seeking? I've read these documents over and over, and one thing that seemed to slip past me for years, but I began to take notice of it, was that in reading the words of those who wrote them, it became very clear by the statements made these people were looking for evidence of previous occupation of past Castilian expeditions in the areas of the New Mexico, which include Colorado, Utah, Arizona, and a majority of parts of California and Texas. Managa, why does the British Museum, circa 1530, showing connections between Marco Polo's Asia and the New Lands, MS map, and the British Museum have Prester John over where Arizona, Utah, Colorado would be, the whole four corners, right? And before it was called Arizona, what was this area called? Before we fall in love with Arizona in terms of the title. Let's see. Utah map. No Arizona. Oh, this is showing the lower part of it. Let me get this piece right here. Okay. My noggin. So when you see maps like this, right? You got New Mexico, but again, it's New Mexico, so you know that's a hijack. You got Khalifa connected to Judah. You got Queen Khalifa connected to King David, right? You got Queen Sheba connected to David Soslan or Prester John, right? In the British Museum, all this would be what? Prester John, Kansas, Indian. Did you know there was a state called Indian? Did you know there was a state called Indian connected to Texas? But all this would just be Prester John. Where's Arizona? Where's Arizona? Where's Colorado? Oh, we got Utah. Let's go. Let's go, man. I'm just surfing the wave. Let's check on our upload, y'all, because, I want to make sure they don't hijack us. Looks like we're done uploading. So now we can offload that 1.5 GB drop, or 1.6 gigs. Man, I'm dropping all this. Let's keep this because I want to drop it on our site. But I'm going to drop this one. Let's go. All right, so we just freed up about at least a gig. We should be good. And we'll drop the Warrior David. Matter of fact, let's just drop it. Why wait? Why wait, man? Hey, what's that link we had up? Whoa. Whoa ho ho. Scale armor? Have y'all seen scale armor? I was looking for a nice pick for Tanakh only session, and I think we found it, man. Scale armor. Uh-huh. Chief Iron Jacket. And we got the mesh from the rolling flow still coming out of here. I didn't even see these before, man. I like that scale armor. That's pretty clean there, too. Let's go with this. Let's take a screenshot in real time. You know, let's get that scale armor drop. I'm showing y'all what we do in real time. Let's take it from here. KTC, we the freak show. Y'all helping me drop this drop? Yeah, man, let's go. I just want to tell y'all one thing. Halal HaWah. Montezuma for the free throw. It's not on these sessions, man. All right, let's drop it. Let's put that scale armor that we just downloaded. Hey, future ox and aquas, you know, you dropping your drop. You know, I'm showing you my process. We got the scale armor. They're gonna ask you if this is made for kids. Hell nah, hell nah. Not necessarily, you know, but it's up to you. We want public visibilities. Okay. Now I think we good. Make sure the homies know to KTC. Cause that mean keep the code. Enjoy Shabbat, chilling in my room. And make sure they know to MHOE. And make sure they know that they dripping in that mem that mem sauce. We paid the cost, now we beat the boss. Y'all ready to drop it? 3, 2, 1, say drop. 3, 2, 1, drop. All right, man. Y'all go get it, man. It's now live on the channel, man. On, the tube, in the flow. All right, we popping off. Monetization's off. If you see any advertisement, they are hijacking us, man. Let's go. Let's go to comments. I promise y'all I'll get some. Then we're going to get some of this amazing link, and we're going to belly flop into as many Prester Johns as we can. I can't promise 67. I'm going to try. Hey, what it do, Charles Johnson, man, always gives us peace and indigenous Amaru Khan. Hey, hi. And so it is, man. Okay. I care. Okay. Red Feather says it's at a flame. Looks like a figure walking the legs. Okay, yeah, it looks like a flame and it looks like a figure. Right. Key Alpha said my nickname is Melchizedek. Well, there it is, man. And so it is, man. Let's go. Sean Israel, Drip Drop, Connection, let's go. Yavalim, it's Queen Sheba, the Queen Khalifa. I think, yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm rocking away with you. Makes damn good sense. Back to that mem sauce. Let's go. Shabbat Shalom, my Shabbat Dizzle Fitty got all the drop. KTC. Let go. Go, God. Hey, I'm not a dog, but I am the con. Let go. I think the Mississippi is the blue Nile. Cool. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Love to Ronald Murphy. And love to my sister Copper. I'm just messing with you, man. But yeah, I ain't no dog, you know what I'm saying? Let's go. Chiefess, Il Air Bay. Shalom fam. Keep the code for life. No going back to lies. Indigenous all day. Let's go. All right. We just popping off. Hey, jerky restriction. Shabbat drop. KTC. Gratitude, American. Aborigines Unchained. Gratitude. Janice Fitzgerald, Mem Sauce all day, KTC. Hey, we popped off a little earlier, you know what I'm saying? Halal HaWah, Chauncey Brown, what it do? Code Keeper 410. I can dig it, man. I can dig it, man. Mag. Hey, we surfing away with Mag, on this David flow. Mag says that she don't think David committed that particular transgression. She don't think David committed that murder. We know he got bodies, but did he commit murder? Or did they use that to create an imperfection so that Jesus, JC, can now be the only perfect cat, right? Yeah, we got to dig on this Charvan Shah. Because this has a whole lot of drop when we just talking about the Shahs. We just talking about the Shahs. All right. We paid the cost, now we beat the boss. Drive up music, we just let them know. All right. I want to dig on, the Shah drop. Oh, Killy. Yeah, Killy. Simple little wiki link. Just letting you know. When you talk Killy, you're talking Daniel, and Daniel is the son of David. Second son with Abigail. Okay. Along with 3 others, right? What 3 others? What? Later rabbinic traditions name him as one of the 4 ancient Israelites who died without sin. So when they talk about Jesus as the sinless man, and they forget about who? Killian, Daniel, King David's second son. And they forget about who? Benjamin. And they forget about who? Yeshai. And they forget about who? Amram, who's Moses' father. So they smutted up David's name, put a murder on Dawid, and then they completely make this some type of, forgotten history. You don't think about Jesse as a sinless man, or Amram as a sinless man, or Benjamin as a sinless man. You never taught that. But these rabbis knew the tradition. Gilead known as Daluya in 2 Samuel. So we're about to get some of that. Remember, Gilead would resemble David, because some question whether Abigail was pregnant through David or her first husband, Nabal. Therefore, HaWah arranged that Gilead would resemble David so that no one can question it. It is possible his name Gilead, which is translated perfection of the Father, is a reference to or cause of the legend of what? That they had to have proof So Daniel looks exactly like his father, David. He is the perfection of David. And if he's the perfection of David, wouldn't David also be a sinless man? He can't be the perfection of David. If David is some adulterous, murderer, Anagi, you know what I'm saying? And Daniel is without sin, how is he a perfection of his father? Oh, just by looks? Or is he the perfection of David? Mac knows what I'm talking about. Would HaWah anoint as the course correction, as the perfection, right? King Saul was not an anointed king by HaWah. The first anointed king directly from HaWah, we're talking about the Khan David. Saul was given because Israel wanted a king, so HaWah just found him a king that would rule him like a king. But David is the course correction. David ruled like a Khan. He didn't rule like a king. He didn't steal from him. And I don't believe he murdered either. Sure, he killed for his tribe. He killed on the battlefield. But did he murder Uriah, or did Uriah try to rebel against Queen Sheba or Tamar? Remember, Sheba is Tamar, and that's what I do appreciate about this link that we got, the mystery of the Grail. Is it the mystery of the Grail? Oh, no. This is the, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot about this trap. I forgot about that trap. Let's get this one. Oh, we got the Legend of the Flying Carpet, too. Look to my Aqua, who dropped some info on this flying carpet, and we got that King David walked on water. He spread out his carpet and walked on water. So let's talk about this flying carpet as well. Yeah, we got some digging to do today. We're taking it easy, but we definitely are enjoying the flow. Oh, yeah. Okay. In this book, The Queen of Sheba, Legend, Literature, and Lore, Deborah Coulter Harris breaks down that Queen Sheba, the Queen of Sheba, and Solomon's mother, Bathsheba's name are the same. She was both the daughter and the wife to King David. So now this author wants to throw, not only do we got adultery and murder, but now we got incest too, right? So now, instead of Queen Sheba being a title, and any of David's daughters will be Sheba's, because his wife is a Sheba. But this author can't connect that. They see one Sheba, and this one Sheba has to be both daughter and wife. Come on, man, that's Hijack City. And like my real one said, we laugh in the face of Hijack City. You got King David, who needs to do what? Kill a man to get a beautiful Sheba? Or did it happen the way this Queen Tamar Sheba happened with this David Soslan? That they were childhood friends, that they had already had a connection, that it was already popping with it, you know what I'm saying? And that this Uri rebelled against the Queen of Sheba and all of Israel. But in the script, you got Uriah, who, you don't know much about, and they try to make him a saint in that one period of him not wanting to go back to the battlefield, and not wanting to lay with his wife because he had, people on the battlefield still, and he felt bad doing anything, but he still ends up getting drunk. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look, it appears to be inverted, man. just to turn David into a murderous, slanderous heathen. You know what I'm saying? Same as they're trying to make him some incest with daughter and wife. You got to dodge the hijack. Hosea 3. You're searching. You're searching. We're searching. According to elders, Bathsheba's affirmed name was Tamar. She was David's daughter by her namesake mother, Tamar. So the Tamar title and the Sheba title are one and the same. That's the drop. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Let's get some more comments. And I want to go specifically on that particular drop. All right, let's get it. Desmond Williams, what if these stones are the platonic solids? You coming with the hits drop. Let's go, Desmond. I like that. I like that. Love the Templar. I like that. Duke Wonders says bread and water for the children, KTC. Let's pop off, Duke. King Tesso said much love for all you do. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Hey, whatever, you know what I'm saying, your frequency is drawn to, my naga, we are grateful, you know what I mean. Cheryl Johnson says salamander represents the fire element. Drakan, ready to learn says infinite gratitude for all the drive. Halal HaWah. Winston Franks says happy Sabbath to all the code keepers. Hey, Shabbat Shalom. Mac. Let's go, Mac. This is what I wanted, Mac. Because Mac got me thinking. I wasn't even thinking about this. Mac, or Mock. Yeah, she hitting the mark with this one. Because I always accepted it like you accepted it. I read from the pages and I'm like, well, I accept the story. But we get into that point that we can't just accept any story because it's written. You know what I'm saying? We have to seek, search HaWah and King David. That doesn't mean you take what Google says about David or what the scribes of the hijack translation is saying about David. You got to seek. You got to search. Mac says, thanks, Khan. Nah, David didn't do that, sin. Too many contradictions. I just asked in the Tanakh only sessions, we're reading 2 Samuel. Would HaWah pop off the richest, wisest King Solomon out of a union that popped off and started with adultery and murder? Comes King Solomon. Like, ain't that like validating that this union was meant to be? Like, Sheba had to, bathe on the rooftop, expose herself and lust, and make the lust happen, you know what I'm saying? And David had to lust and murder this man and then try to cover up that it was his baby by getting Uriah drunk to sleep with Queen Sheba. Like, come on, that's too premeditated. Then he put him on the front lines to die. Would HaWah anoint that type of Khan? Don't HaWah know the future? You know what I'm saying? So, or are they covering up the perfection of David so that they can get a new perfect man, JC? Mac says, nah, David didn't do that sin. He didn't do that transgression. Yeah, he got bodies, but do he got murder? Do he got murder? Too many contradictions. David himself said he never transgressed in Psalms 26. Psalms 18, 21 through 23, noting that this is why he'd been favored by HaWah. Some say that it's before Bathsheba. I don't believe it. Plus 1 Kings 15, verse 5 clearly said at first that he did right all the days of his life. Mac. But added an exception at the end for the matter of Uriah. Why would the meticulous Hebrew scribes write such a blatant contradiction at the end of the verse when being sinless to them as priests was a big deal and HaWah is not an author of confusion? If the Bathsheba story was 100% true as reported, this is big. He spent weeks, months, or years in concealed murder and their so-called adultery, so why such a strong statement saying he was perfect all the days of his life? No way. They wouldn't write that. The Bible was infiltrated. All agendas to make only their JC perfect. But how can only their JC be perfect, Mac? I mean, I know you know. I know you know, Mac. Especially when we're only talking Killy. And there's at least, according to the rabbis, there's at least 4 ancient Israelites who died without sin, including Daniel, Benjamin, Yeshai, who is David's father, and Amram, who's Moses' pops. And you see how closely related this Jesse is with Jesus? All you got to do is change the ES around. Yeshai is a perfect man like Jesus, right? But you never hear about Yeshai being perfect. And we know we got some others, found without any blemish, like Ezekiel, you know what I'm saying, who had to bear the sins of Israel for 430 days, laying on one side, laying on the other side. Yeah, he was a lamb without blemish. 430 days laying on the ground, eating dung for the sins of Israel. 430 days. That's over a year of torment and torture. And he couldn't speak. Over a year, 430 days. Wow, JC gets crucified. It don't take no 430 days. Ezekiel is without blemish. You got the brother Job without blemish. You know what I'm saying? Satan just wants to test him just because, right? Come on, man. His son David is sometimes called simply son of Jesse, right? That's how powerful Jesse is. David is called son of Jesse. David that you search for. David that is shepherd forever is just called son of Yeshai, Ben Yeshai. The role as both father of King David and ancestor of Jesus. Dodge the hijack. Change that US, right? It's all about the tree of Jesse. Who's Jesse, man? One of the 4 Israelites who died without sin. Mac. Their agenda is to only make JC perfect, but JC can't be the only perfect because there's 4 at least Israelites who died without sin. But you don't talk about Benjamin, Jesse, or Amram. And you damn sure don't talk about Daniel as the second son of David. So you're saying that this sinless quality skipped over David. Yeshai got it. His son Daniel got it. And like I said, even if it was written or it happened the way it's written in the Biblios, I still rock with David because no man should be remembered, just for, one shade of their transgression. If that was the case, all of us, no matter what we do, they'll just remember us for our lowest point. And any David has the ability to choose up, just like you have the ability to choose up. And this is exactly, even in the story, with those scribes, they had to still show that David chose up. got forgiven and all that, right? He took the L. He went to war. The kingdom's divided. But I'm just saying, I ain't trying to put murder on this man if the murder ain't on this man. If the murder of Uriah ain't on this man. That's why we got it here. Yeah, that's 2 Samuel flow. We're going to get back into Queen Tamar's. Because David's son had a beautiful sister whose name was Tamar. And after a time, Amnon, David's son, loved her. Here we go again with the incest, right? Every time there's a Tamar, there's either a harlot situation or an incest situation. Same thing they do with David. They do the same thing, my naga. I mean, do you see clearly? So before you can really love any Tamar, they put incest or idolatry, adultery, you know what I'm saying, or murder. They put him out of code immediately. They do whatever they can to muddy the water. And Amnon was so tormented that he made himself ill because his sister Tamar, for she was a virgin, and it seemed impossible for Amnon to do anything to her. But Amnon had a friend whose name was Jonadab, the son of Shemaiah, David's brother. And Jonadab was a very crafty man, and he said to him, "O son of the king, why are you so haggard morning by morning? Will you not tell me?" Amnon said to him, "I love Tamar, my brother Absalom's sister." Jonadab said to him, "Lie down on your bed and pretend to be ill, and when your father comes to see you, say to him, 'Let my sister Tamar come and give me bread and prepare the food in my sight, that I may see it and eat from her hands.'" So whether you're talking this Tamar story or the Genesis story with Judah, and then Judah saw the daughter of a certain Canaanite whose name was Shua. He took her and went into her, and she conceived and bore a son and called his name She conceived again and bore a son and called his name Anan. Yet again she bore a son and called his name Shelah. Judah was in Kazab when she bore him. And that goes on to talk about, you know what I'm saying, this Tamar that plays the harlot and, you know, does all that, right, that we talked about. So that's just some Tamar drop, you know, letting you know how they switching the frequencies on the priest queens and the priest kings. When you talk about this Uri, did Uri rebel against Israel? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Now this part right here is talking about the union of Tamar and just how far they really went back. This Sheba, remember, because the Sheba, Queen of Sheba, Solomon's mother Bathsheba's name are the same. Bathsheba's name is, her firm name is Maakah Tamar. Bathsheba, Tamar. Bathsheba, Tamar. Bathsheba's name is Tamar. Thank you, Deborah Harris. Let's go. Oh, we're getting linky. We are getting linky, so we can get a little more thinking. Which one I want? Let's get this one. Okay. So she recovered from her emotional wounds. What emotional wounds, right? That was with Uriah or Uri. and she is trying for a second time to find happiness in marriage. Who became her new chosen one? This was a familiar person familiar to her from early childhood, whose name was David. He was the son of the Assyrian king, and like Tamar, was brought up by Rusadan. And that's what we got last time. In Genie, we surfed that wave, get it in 67. It's matching up perfectly. This Sheba and David, Bathsheba, right? It wasn't like he just saw her, she ain't his daughter, none of that shit, right? This is a woman that he's already known. Some historians claim that Queen Tamar fell in love with him as a girl. They were already a situation, man. But one thing is clear to us, their marriage was extremely happy and harmonious. Since then, the name Tamar has been closely associated with the name David. Thanks to him, Tamar won all the most high-profile victories. So David and Sheba were fighting side by side, conducted brilliant battles. She herself did not participate in the battles. This is not a female matter, but faithful field Marshal Zachary and beloved husband David led the troops, and Queen Tamar was the inspirer of victories. Such a tandem was invincible. Now, she didn't participate in them victories, but what victories did she participate in? Now, it says Uri did not accept the divorce. So this is after Uri, was going against the tribe. He gathered a huge army. So this Uriah here, unlike the script, you're seeing a reason for why they had to ride on Uriah. You did. He gathered a huge army from the Greeks, to which some Georgian Tsarina's ill-wishers also joined, and set off to conquer Georgia, which is connected with the tribes of Israel. All right, this time Tamar herself led the troops. So just because she didn't help out later after the union of David, maybe she stopped fighting in these particular wars. You know what I'm saying? After the union with David, maybe she was able to fall back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But before that, Tamar herself led the troops, showing remarkable talent for the commander and defeating her husband on the outskirts of Tbilisi. So Tamar led the troops and defeated her husband Uri. In the script, you got David putting him on the front lines and all this stuff, right? But Bathsheba or Tamar and David were already in love. And this arranged marriage happened, by their families, Uri's father and Tamar's father and them. And then Uri ended up turning on the whole tribe. Uri would become a pawn in their hands. The Russian prince turned out to be a tough nut. True, he led the troops and won victories, but drank, right? Remember, they say David got him drunk. Okay, you see the parallel. Cursed and self-willed for more than 2 years, so that soon everyone was bursting with patience. They poured him a full measure of gold and sent him royally back to the Byzantine. When it talks about these Byzantine kings and the Persian shahs, these shahs are like the khans, and this is why you got this Shervan Shah drop. Because the same Shervan Shah lines up with who? Manuchir or Makir Shah. Shervan, who is the husband of who? Princess Tamar, daughter of another David, David IV. David Soslan that we're reading about, that she fell in love with, is David the Sixth, carrying that title. Yeah, man. We got that water. Drop Nation got that water. Dripping in that Mem sauce. Let's go. So Manut Shir, which some of y'all said could be Makir, right, is a shawl. Just like we just read about these Persian shawls, and it's blowing up the spot that he's also the husband of Tamar. Same time period as the David Soslan connection. Who's the son of Jadaron, also called David Soslan, king consort of Georgia, who's the husband of Queen Tamar. So this Soslan, this Khan, would also be called the Shah with the Persian, right? Because we're talking Babylonian, Georgian connection. Yeah, man. But this Uriah, this Uri, remember, Bathsheba, Tamar, Bathsheba, Tamar, Bathsheba, Tamar. These shawls, right? Let's keep going. Also known as Czar, right? So you got the Shah, the Czar, and the Khan. David Soslani, the only surviving representative of the Bagratads, code word Israel, removed from the yard of the Ossetian branch. We're going to dig on these Ossets, I said. I'm just, going back for you, man, so we can clean up house a little bit. Tomorrow was made clear that she would rule when they, the so-called meeting of the highest spiritual secular nobility, which represented the kind of parliament of ancient Georgia, so wished. They call it the Didid Bebula. There were legends about her excellence, this queen, Rusadan. She was called not a queen, but a king. Are we talking a Khan? A vessel of wisdom, right? That means she's rocking with our mama. And if you could say that David is carrying the likeness of Abba HaWah, then you can say that, Sheba, Khalifa, is carrying the likeness of Amma. Khalifa carries the likeness of Amma. Back to that Lilith drop, right? Back to that Lilith drop. There were legends about her excellence which have survived in oral transmission to our times. Her hands were searched by the Byzantine princes, the Sultan of Aleppo. We got to dig on that Aleppo Codex. I keep saying it as well. And the Shah of Persia, the Shah, right? That's back to that Shah and Shah situation. So now we got new areas to seek and search because we know it connects directly with Khandawi and the Shavan Shah, Shervan Shah, who is the same as David Soslan, who is the son of Jadaron, who is Prester John. Jadaron, right? Oh yeah. Exarch David. David Salson of Babylon and Georgia. Son of Roger Cholo II, Jadaron, wow, Emperor of Soli, Prester, John, and Patty, right? Jadaron. They just took the D off on this one. And they don't show you who he's married to. They give you very little information, but he is the father of Solomon, this David, and Hanan, and another David, the sixth. Now, Queen Tamar is the daughter of David the fourth. So how far back do these Davids go? Now we're picking up in biblical history here and going into the real spiel, into the Amarakan Kalelu. Remember, Jadaron. Now he's the son of Atan, king of the islands. So now we get into the island history, right? Alania. So that Prester John, he's also the son of, well, he's the son of Atan. So Atan is Prester John's father, all right? And his father is also a David. So again, David's granddad, Prester John's granddad, in this case, David Salson's granddad, his great-granddad is still a David, Dawit. And you know what? His daddy is also a David. Yeah, we dripping in that man song, son of Demetrius. All right, then it's going to go back. So we just went into the great-granddad of the Prester John that we know picking up in the Genghis Khan investigation, right? Remember, search for David. Hosea 3. We already know. And we got the great-grandpops of David being a David. This lets you know that if you are picking up around that 1100s into the Prester John, you know what I mean? Then you go into the great-granddad and you still got a David. Then that takes you right into the forbidden histories of America, the 700s. Sylvanus told Texas, Solomon the Builder, who was supposed to be the son of a who? Solomon Ogam, who could also be a David. Comments. Matt, I think you on to something. Because when we read 2 Samuel 11, let's pick it up at 17. And the men of the city went out and fought against Joab, and there fell some of the people and the servants of David, and Uriah the Hittite also died. So this is after this whole Bathsheba on a rooftop, just doing the most. Oh, man. You know, I'm fighting for my queens, man. I'm fighting for the Khan, you know, dig? Because he's in 2 Samuel 11, chapter 2, and it came to pass in the evening that David arose from his bed, walked upon the roof of the king's house, and from the roof he saw a woman washing herself. So he's walking on the roof. Now from this roof, he sees Bathsheba washing. So whether or not she's on the roof or whether, you know, she has her windows open, I mean, you tell me, all right? And the woman was very beautiful to look at. So obviously she's washing herself. He could see her. She's not closing her blinds. She knows that there's a clear view. All right. So is this, you think she was popping this off while she's married to Uriah? Or is this a Queen Tamar scenario? You know what I'm saying? After Uriah is already going to war and rebelling against the queen. See if it talks about it in this link from worldhistory.org. I just want to belly fly. Since the reign of David the Fourth, this is Tamar's dad, the Catholicos. Remember, where's Cathay? Where's Cathay? Right. Was also the. All right, you tell me. I see Baruch though. I see Baruch of Georgia, Prime Minister of Georgia, which meant he had enormous power. He summoned a synod in 1185 to try and overthrow him, but the synod decided to not oppose Mikhail, only removing a few hostile bishops from power. Let's jump here. The battle between the aristocracy and the clergy versus Tamar or Sheba came to a fever pitch over her marriage. Many in the kingdom were eager to have Tamar marry so an heir could be secure for the throne. So this is why Uriah the Hittite was, arranged to be married to Sheba, Bathsheba, or Tamar the First. Yeah, Tamar the First is the mother. She was David's daughter. Okay, by her namesake mother. So focus. Tamar's mother is Tamar. Tamar's mother is Tamar. Dodge the hijack. Tamar's mother is Tamar, and Sheba, her affirmed name is Tamar. Makah, Mock, love to Mac. Mock Tamar. Let's go. Makir, right? She was also called King, right? Or Rusadan, right? Her aunt. Or Khan. Tamar. We're talking high Amazon queens or priest Khan, priestess Khans, you know what I'm saying? However we say it, but Tamar's mother is Tamar. Many kingdoms were eager to have Tamar marry so that an heir could be secured for the throne. That's why this Uri pops in. The nobility proposed Uri. See that title? Andrei Vix Bogolubsky, all right? Akiv Rus, Duke in Exile. Exile, right? Exilar. He's a Rus. Is it coming together? That's why they arranged it, because he's a Rus. He comes from this nobility. This choice was supported by Catholicos Mikhail and Tamar's aunt Rusadan, who was a powerful figure at court. Uri was fetched, and the two were wed, with Tamar remaining the ruling monarch. So even though they were wed, she was still the ruler. That didn't make Uri feel so good, right? He didn't want that. Uri proved a successful military commander, which was, remember, he's a military commander. In the script, Uriah is one of the mighty men, one of David's mighty men. What is it, 37 or something? Which was especially valuable because Tamar usually only accompanied the troops part way without leading them into battle. However, the two did not get along, and Uri was reputedly debauched. In frustration, Tamar requested and was granted an annulment because they didn't get along well. So usually she only accompanied the troops part way, but she didn't lead them into battle. And then they have that she did lead them into battle to fight against Uri. 1188, not only was Uri sent away by the Catholicus Michael, also died, but so Mikhail died, freed from their control. Tamar chose her own men to fill the top positions of Georgia. So here she is, mounting up, tribing up, including Interior Minister and Commander-in-Chief, the Makar Ridzeli brothers, Zakir and Ivan. She became especially important as advisors and military commanders. She next married someone of her own choosing. So David was the love, right? Remember, they were already had a love thing. She got arranged to Uri, with the permission of her aunt, to be this heir situation. But they didn't, do their thing. And I don't think they had any children. Not that I know of. But David was distantly related to Tamar, and he had been raised at the Georgian court in Tbilisi. So he's distantly, oh man, but this author over here trying to throw some smut, trying to say that what? Oh, she was both daughter and wife. Daughter and wife. Come on, Deborah, trying to throw smut on David. He's distantly related to her, which means that she's a part of the overall family, but it don't mean that she's his daughter. It means that this is a title that she is taking as a namesake, love to the Templar, which is why we searching. We searching, my knock. We connecting the shawls. But let's go. Yeah, man. So we connecting the whole part of this Uriah story. Because they, want to put here in 2 Samuel that she was with child. Someone told David, I'm with child, the woman, you know what I mean? So David sent to Joab, send me Uriah. Joab sent Uriah to David. When Uriah was coming to him, David demanded of him how Joab did, how the people were, how's everybody doing? And David said to Uriah, go down to your house, wash your feet. And Uriah departed out the king's house, and there followed him a mess of meat or something like it. They got it in italicized. What's it really? But Uriah slept at the door. He's a saint, right? He ain't rebelling. He's a saint, right? He slept at the door of the king's house with all the servants of his lord, went not to his house. And when they told David, saying Uriah went not down into his house, David said to Uriah, comest, and you came way over here from a long journey? Come down not from thy journey? When thou didst not go, why did you not go into your house? And Uriah said, the ark, the Israel, Judah, abide in tents, and my lord Joab, and the servants of my lord are encamped in the open field. Shall I then go into my house to eat and drink and lie with my wife? Nah, man, I gotta go back to war. So we have some parallels. This Uriah is a warrior. He's on the battlefield like the other Uri, right? We got these roosters popping off. In this case, he's in Hittite. David said to Uriah, tarry here today, and tomorrow I will let you depart. So Uriah abode in Jerusalem that day and the next day. And when David had called and he did eat and drink, he made him drunk. So over there they said he was a drunk and cursed, and over here he said he was drunk. And at evening he went out to lie on his bed with the servants of his Lord, but went not down to his house. So he did lie on his bed with the servants of his Lord. Were these servants women? You know what I'm saying? Who did he lie in the bed with, right? But he didn't go to his house, so he didn't go to Bathsheba. And then the part you know so well, right? He he was killed by going into the front line. Set Uriah in the forefront of the hottest battle. Retire you from him, that he may be smitten and die. And so that's what happened. And then what? David marries Bathsheba. They pop off Solomon. It's all good, right? Does that sound comprehensible? I mean, does that sound in the vibe of who HaWah would choose as an anointed Khan? Premeditated murder and adultery and all that? Or is there something more to the story? And as you know very little. We know very little, so we got to surf the wave. Is there more to the story, especially when we're talking about Hosea 3? You already know. KTC, that mean keep the code. Yeah, man. Oh, y'all want to get the KJV? I mean, we're just talking Hosea 3. Love a woman, beloved of her friend, and adulteress. Oh, man. So we got this harlotry already being thrown out there. You see the connection? But now Israel is the harlot. Now Israel's the harlot. Wow, let's go. For the children of Israel shall abide many days without a king, man. No David, no image, right? No prince, no more sacrifices, no images, effort, terrible. All your stuff, all your priest stuff, none of that. But afterward, Managa, I mean, right around the end of days, the latter days, right? Afterward, shall the children of Israel return, seek HaWah and Dawid, their king. Afterward, shall fear or respect HaWah and his goodness in the latter day. KTC. I mean, keep the code, because when you first seek, afterwards, you seek the Creator. That's when you KTC, put no power before your power, right? You keeping your Shabbat Shalom, you got your water flowing, and then you seek David. Now, would you be seeking David if he's just some reckless, premeditated adulterer, snatch your woman while you on the battlefield type of noggin? Is that who HaWah has anointed? Or like Mac said, nah, David didn't do that. Too many contradictions. Psalms 26, she said. Let's go. KTC. Let me keep the code. Let's get it right here. Or is that to knock at? Oh, we getting lanky, man. Let me pull it up over here. Psalm 26. She also break down Psalm 18 too, right? Yeah, Psalm 18:21. Let's go. We already there, Matt. 21 through 23. The Creator rewarded me according to my righteousness, according to the cleanliness of my hands. He has recompensed me. For I have kept the ways of HaWah and have not done wickedly, have not wickedly departed from my Creator. For all his ordinances were before me, and I put not away his statutes from me. I was single-hearted with him. I kept myself from my iniquity. So HaWah has recompassed me according to my righteousness, according to the cleanness of my eyes. Mac, you on to something, because this will be after all that. And he's saying, man, after I called upon HaWah, my strength, my rock, my fortress, my deliverer, my salvation, right? I praise HaWah. I cried to HaWah. I am saved from my enemies after that. After HaWah pops off in dragon form with smoke out of his nostrils and fire out of his mouth, flying on the wings of the wind, right? He's telling you why HaWah hears him. After HaWah brought him forth into a large place, after HaWah is delighting in David, HaWah rewarded me according to my righteousness. It don't sound like an adulterous, premeditated murderer. According to the cleanliness, does not sound like an adulterous, premeditated murderer. Keeping the ways of HaWah does not sound like adulterous, premeditated murderer. I have not wickedly departed from HaWah does not sound like an adulterous, premeditated murderer. For all his ordinances were before me does not sound like an adulterous, premeditated murder. And I put not away his statutes does not sound like an adulterous, premeditated murder. I was single-hearted with him. I kept myself from my sin. I kept myself from my iniquity does not sound like an adulterous, premeditated murderer. Love the Mad Max, Psalm 26. Judge me, O HaWah, for I have walked in my iniquity. I have trusted in HaWah without wavering. Does not sound like an adulterous, premeditated murder. Without wavering, sounds like a sinless man. Are they putting murder on this brother David to make JC the only perfect man in their new test? Examine me, HaWah, and try me. Test my reins and my heart. He's talking that Job talk. Try me, man. Test me, man. For your mercy is before my eyes, and I have walked in your truth. I have not sat with men of falsehood, neither will I go in with dissemblers. I hate the gathering of evildoers. I will not sit with the wicked. Sound like a sinless man. I wash my hands in innocency. King David is innocent of murder. So I will compass your altar, HaWah, that I may make the voice of thanksgiving to be heard. Thanksgiving is the voice of ThaWaDa, being thankful for the cold, for being saved, with smoke out of his nostrils and fire out of the Creator's mouth. And tell of all your wondrous works, HaWah. I love Ahab, the habitation of your house, and the place where your glory dwells. Gather not my soul with sinners, nor my life with men of blood. Does not sound like a murderer. He's not saying, I know I murdered, but I don't want to be a part of it no more. He's saying, don't even put me near any of that. In whose hands is craftiness, and their right hand is full of bribes. But as for me, I walk in mine integrity. Redeem me and be gracious unto me. My foot stands in an even place. In the congregations will I Baruch HaWah. Mac, I'm riding with you. And she says, 1 Kings 15:5 clearly said at first that he did right all the days of his life. Okay, Mac. Hey, Ahab to everyone surfing the wave. Templar, PJ, pop off, con. Boom, ping, pow. Contessa says, wow, wasn't expecting this. I'm in class like, oh boy. MHOE, we home with the water con drop. Maya, Israel, Allen, good rising. Still keeping the cold, learning from you. Halal HaWah, Fly Baby, David, ThaWaDa, Dodi, Raiden like Mortal Kombat, King of Rubati Gani Mani, Khan, that's the original names of the three Indias. are the names of the three Indians, Rubati, Gotti, and Mani. And he might be who they were looking for. But by the time they found the king, he had all three of these sons. You got me in my mind bone at this joint. Halal HaWah. Templar said, so Tahama and Babylon are one and the same. Right. Because you got Hannah of Tahama, who's the mother of Dara, of Rubati, Ghani, and Mani, wife of David, right? Same David Soslan. And the same David Soslan is who? Son of Prester John is who? David Soslan of Babylon and Georgia. So this David is of Babylon, and Queen Tamar is of Georgia, right? Georgia and Babylon. Ping pow, like the Templar said, which is matching up with the same Hannah situation. Templar is popping off. And this Hannah is just a female Anon or Anion, because again, we're just talking Lady Anna. Okay. Which got me thinking, where you have the Eurasian, you have the pure Asian. Persia. Interesting. Templar, you popping off. Sean Israel, drip drop connection. Prophet T said, I was looking at an African video. The elder mentioned Queen Bathsheba attacking with a Somalia or Kush. Kush or Cash. Remember, Kush or Cash. Moses is the king of Kush for 40 years. Might be a connection, Prophet T. Wow. Charles Johnson, man. Proper education always corrects errors. Peace, indigenous Amaru Khans of Turtle Island. Yeah, we dripping in that mem song. All right. Look, man. We gonna do this right. You know what I'm saying? Prester John, 69? Woo. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do a serious belly fly. I wanna do this right. Because 1 minute might be crazy, but we might do like 3 minutes times 60? It'll be 68 by that time. 3 times 68, 24 plus 180. That's over 200 minutes. That's about 3 hours, man. You know what I'm saying? That'll be a nice size Prester John 69 straight belly flop style. We might do that because we already are popping off in this Prester John installment 68. 2.5 hours we've been popping off. So we just don't have time to squeeze in the full Prester John belly flop idea that we sparked off. But next time, I think that'll be a great flow. I think that's a great idea, man. All right, man. For the dismount, as promised, man, let's dig on this Joseph drop. And let's just do some translating, my nigga. Let's go. I'm just going to belly flop all the way in. All this is lethal body bags. Because we've been digging on Egypt a lot, so you got to dig on Joseph. Remember, he became that #1 guy, right? He stored up all the grain, right? He became that guy, right? Oh, man. Where do we want? Let's go from here, man. Let's translate this. I don't even know, man. I'm just belly flapping. All right. Let's go. Indeed, here is what gives the corresponding passage of the Bible and is in religious reverence. Joseph advanced under the weight of pain towards Kana. Then we just dig on this Hanan, Kana. Get the drop. In order to mourn Heth, the water swept up at the climax rose up against the marching procession, but at the true great word from him who exercised the direct mourning, the powerfully agitated waves ceased to flow, turning back, remained at rest, and were silent, and the considerable armed troops passed over the water of the torrent, which forms the limit of the inheritance of the begotten sons of Re or Ra, and behold before him who is substantially feared by the Hebrew of Heliopolis, Joseph. Let's go back. Okay. Let's go back. Talking some drop. Matter of fact, let's get it. Let's go. Let's keep belly flop. I just want to show you, that blood drop, man. Terra Dago shit. Y'all know I like that map drop. Let's see what it says here. We saw in the accounts of Genesis that when Joseph had been invested with power by the Pharaoh, he had given him a name which is literally Kafeth, not Zaphanet or Confident or Pahineka. Almost sound like that Phineas flow. In which St. Jerome translated in the Vulgate as Savior of the world. Because he literally saved the world of Egypt with all that storehouses he had stored up, right? All that corn, all that maize. Joseph had to drop. Okay. Let's go back. As you can see, this link here is jam packed. Let's get this one right here. I thought of this, man. The great benevolence of the one who penetrates dreams effectively offered in his seal written a great divine help to the dead against the enchantments made null, and to preserve them from the throwers of words against the sleep, and again being saddened by the death of the old one, he who is benevolent, and who penetrated the dreams of the deceased king in order to save his father from the wicked, made a sign. It sounded a lot like that Thoth drop. How they had to, breathe through that frequency, circle with the cross, they said, in their outer body situations. But we're just talking about the dreams, right? Let's go, man. Too much fun. It's a victory lap. So, we're talking Grand Canyon. By default, we're talking Joseph. They had some Kalelus dropping here. Let's see if I can speak French enough to find it. Part of it was what we got, when we first popped off when they went into that Lake Kapala situation. I'm just going to belly fight with this one. This is a nice piece of work. Let's see what this says. Let's get a couple more. I thought of this, man. Okay. He who possesses the power to create more than the multitude of the elders, the assistant leader to the master of the flock, has discovered this way of increasing the images by almonds swelling up their upper curved face, sometimes also descending in a curved slope in the inside and quite polished on their useful face, similar to a cup, which is introduced into two sight tubes, sliding one into the other as the observation is increased regularly, directing a end toward the face and one end up. This Superman brought back a multitude of stars from the sky, certainly greater than that of any other man with the keenest sight had brought back, however large it was in the prolongation of time. We see to an extreme distance by discovering, which is above others, what greatly magnifies the image of mansions. The extreme stars were not seen, except those which were abundant and bright. The little ones are revealed at this hour, even at great distance. Hey, you dig on it, man. We just talking Joseph. What does it say about the crystal? I see crystal. I see crystal. I'm going translator crazy. Joseph was therefore not only the inventor of glass and crystal, man. Shout out to Crystal James, man. Shout out to Natural by Law, man. Hit it up, man. Crystal James Jewelry. Hit him up, man. Hey, hit up C.J.Battle on IG. Make sure you hit up Natural by Law on Instagram as well. Hit up naturalbylaw.net right after Shabbat, or even before Shabbat, just to look around. You know what I'm saying? And break bread right after Shabbat. Because we're just talking about the inventor of glass and crystal? What? But drawing from his discovery, multiple consequences, he made windows, the level, the magnifying glass, and the telescope, Even more revealing is a homophone translation of the entire scripture. Now, I want to dig on Joseph's telescope, and I'm sure that's not the same telescope that they telling lies with, man. Oh, man. Y'all want one more, man? I'm just going translator crazy. We're talking inventions, man. The depth elevator machine invented by Joseph was not only the model of the Sakia, a reduced surface device, it was also the origins of the Noria and the dredge. It also included an endless chain, which is the principle of the belt, and all transmissions which propagate a circular motion at a distance. This discovery is the basis of all our industrial machines. We're talking Joseph, Manat. In the primitive Sakia, the horizontal wheel of the merry-go-round is externally furnished with wooden teeth, which mesh with the vertical wheel at the same nature. What should be noted is that the Egyptian system, the horizontal tooth wheel, is larger than the vertical wheel with which it meshes. The latter therefore makes more turns than the oxen do. The device is thus designed as a speed multiplier. We're just talking Joseph, man. Okay. We're talking inventions. We're talking the ingenious flow of the Nagas. It's already happening. What else we got, man? Well, all right. What's this? What we got here with these symbols of my Naga? For the dismount. The names of the Hebrew letters have Egyptian names. Man, love to the family, man. I want to say Lotus, something Lotus, man, but I seen them on ThaWaDa TV a long time ago, man. Shout out, man, ThaWaDa TV for this, because there is some good drive once in a while that's going to connect to, the real spill. It says the names of the Hebrew letters have Egyptian names, and you can look at the metadata. And there are some great documents, confirming this connection, this Shemitic connection with this metadata. You know what I'm saying? Not coming the other way around like they're teaching us in Egyptologies, but the Shemitic, original, oregano, primitive, prime flow. So these Egyptian letters connecting with the Hebrew letters connected with Egyptian names. It is easy to show how these letters derive from the hieroglyphs that represent these names. We would not list all the letters, but simply give the table in Figure 2, which describes the relationship between the Hebrew alphabet and the Demotic. It would take a special conference to deal with this whole issue. Yeah, I'm sure. We would not be doing this for a presentation. Those interested can refer to the chapter Joseph, Master of the World and Master of Science, entitled Joseph, Analyst of Language. And that's when you got all these symbols. And they're trying to connect, this with the Magneta, right? We're talking about the copper color Marukan, the old world, already popping off, right under your feet bone. As you can see this link, I'm going to leave it again, put it in the drop chatter, hit up 432thedrop.com. I love that they keep talking this Cana, this Hana, because again, we got this Hana, who is the brother of David Salslan, who is the Hebrew king of Tahama, or Babylon, or Georgia. Hana, Kana. We got that drop, right? So, all the same thing. All the same thing. So let's get this one. I said it was the last one for the dismount before, but it's just getting too good to me. But we will see, thanks to the work of Fernand Crombet, that the genius of Joseph still surpasses what Moses says in the book of Genesis. The divine plan to make the descendants of Abraham a great people is accomplished, particularly thanks to the implantation of the sons of Israel in Egypt, where they will multiply while awaiting the Exodus and return to Canaan. Some 400 years later, I said, a Canaan. Antioch for the dismount. Man, I wish I could read French. But we getting there, man. We getting there. So yeah, this is gonna be something that we're gonna belly flop with a lot. Let's see if we get one more, man. See a lot of this Tierra de Canaan situation. Y'all want this one? Y'all want like a nice fat piece for the dismount like this? I gotta find some more Kalelus dropping here next time. Same spot we started in. Right around that area has a little more Kalelus drop, I think. Yeah, man. I mean, look at all this, man. We got a lot to decipher within the translations, man. Tierra de Canaan again. Okay. Okay. For the dismount, let's go. Hey, Sheba Shalom, man. We taking it real easy, man. Nice fat piece. And it was heard and proclaimed loudly at the king's court. The brothers of Joseph had come, and Pharaoh rejoiced over it and all his family. And he said to Joseph that he commanded his brothers, saying, load up your beasts, and you go into the land of Canaan, and bring your father and your relatives from there, and come to me, and I will give you all the goods of Egypt, that you may feed on the marrow of this earth. Also orders that they take chariots from the lands of Egypt for the transport of the grandchildren and their wives, and say to them, bring your father and hurry to come as soon as possible. Do not leave any of your furniture, because all your riches of Egypt are yours. When we talk Grand Canyon, all the riches of the Grand Canyon are yours. And the children of Israel did as they commanded, these coming up from Egypt, coming to the land of Canaan. Canaan or Kana. Hana. Remember, you just put in Kana, and you get another Hana. The Hebrew king of Tamar. It's also the Anan Bar Shafat, the 10th Exilar, Halal HaWah, also known as Anani, Hanan, or Kana. I said a Kana. To your feet we be dripping gold. His father is also a David, or he's the father of another David. I can't get rid of these Davids. They're everywhere, right? You go back to 200, you go back to, it's just David, David, David. Father of another David, David, David. You did. Son of Abraham, David. Micah, David. Okay. Yeah. Land of Canaan or Anion. Land of Canaan or Anan. Anani, Hanan, or Canaan, or Anan, or Canaan. And, you just follow the Canaans, man. In that same period, you're going to get right back into the Persian, Babylonian situation. And if we talking Babylon, then you're talking to David Salsman, Babylon, whose brother is Hanan. I said his brother is Solomon. Yeah, man. Right in your face bone, man. We picking up our indigenous story with a dragonfly perspective, telling the story like it's never been told before, with the Georgian Bracken Tony connection, Queen Tamar, Queen Sheba connection, Old World American, India Superior connection, Moshe, King of Kush for 40 years connection, Prester John, Latter Days, Hosea 3 connection. You can't front on the recon. You can't front on the connectivity for the con. And Ahab to all my consistent cons hit me up saying they want to join the Ether Squad and pop it off. You know what I'm saying? In the fourth wave. And I appreciate the consistent cons because our Nagas deserve that. Our Nagas deserve consistent cons that truly treat this like everything it truly is. For the power, for the powwow. To be able to read script to my Nagas, to read these books to my Nagas, to play this music for my Nagas, to, vibe with my Nagas, try with my Nagas every week, every day. Our Nagas deserve consistent cons. They're going through so much. So if you're here to take this, truly, as a priority, then you're a consistent con. And we're about to pop off. And hey, you could be on the team. You could be on the tribe in the tribe. It's all good. But it don't mean that you're on the floor. It don't mean that you're running the play. You might have to be on the sidelines and watch these consistent cons pop off for the drop squad, ether squad, in the fourth wave. Halal HaWah. You know how we do. Put up power first, we never lose. And all praise HaWah. One more for the dismount. Like drop, this is a quadruple, flop, fluple, drippy dismount. Here we go. But Jacob lived in the land of Canaan. in which his father had been a stranger, and these are his generations. Joseph, when he was 16 years old, shepherded his father's flock with his brethren, but when he was yet a child, and he was with the sons of Bala and Zephah, his father's wives, and he accused his brothers to his father of a detestable crime. He accused his brothers to his father of a detestable crime. Now Israel loved Joseph above all his sons, because he begot him in his old age, and he made him a tunic of cloth of various colors. Here's that multicolored coat. Templar, Popov, various colors, I don't know. Blue, purple, red, white linen, gold thread, let's go. His brothers, therefore, seeing that he was loved by his father more than the other older brothers, hated him and could not say anything to him gently. So we had a code issue right here. We had an envy issue right here, right? We had a covetousness. They were covetous. They coveted the love that Joseph and his father Israel have. They coveted the frequency that Joseph was popping off at, right? So when we got more and more war today, don't act like this ain't always been brother on brother, you know what I'm saying? Sold into captivity. But HaWah always, always puts the seed on coon. You know, the coon, the rising of the seed is always going to be, the coon will always be your frequency. Hey, ThaWaDa, I have trusted in HaWah without wavering. Mind integrity. Yeah, I will not sit with the wicked because I don't deserve to be there. Yeah. I will wash my hands in innocence. We're here to proclaim the innocence of David from murder. We know that he got bodies on bodies. He is a warrior. He slays giants. But did he murder Uriah? Or did this Uri, pop off? Did Uri pop off, man? Uri, the former husband of Tamar, showed up in Turkish Erzurum, his Georgian supporters, so he started gathering support from the tribes, the Georgians, right? David Soslan and them, you know what I'm saying, are also Georgians, right? So he wasn't rocking with David Soslan, clearly, but he was gathering Georgian troops and Georgian, traitors, right? Supporters led by Guzan of Tau came out to greet him, brought him across the border, crowned him king at the royal place. So he was crowned king outside of Tamar. Tamar was holding that title. Tamar initially sent negotiators, but then had her loyalist army defeat the rebels in the field. When the rebels surrendered, Tamar showed what became her characteristic mercy. Uri was sent back to exile. So according to this, she still didn't want to kill him. He was later killed when he rode up on her. To Constantinople, the rebels lost their lands and titles but kept their heads because Tamar showed mercy. Sheba showed mercy. When Gusan rebelled again, however, David Soslan had him blinded before Tamar could grant him clemency again. David Soslan said, "Nah, man, no mas." Georgia was again secured in 1192. Remember, Genghis Khan rode up on Prester John in 1202, 10 years later. Georgia was secure 10 years earlier. For the dismount, Tamar gave birth to the future George IV. To celebrate, David Soslan launched 2 military campaigns capturing the city of Badvari and the capital of Albania. Uri was defeated by a Georgian duke in 1193 and therefore vanishes from the historical record. And David Soslan had another battle at Shamkur in 1195. David was victorious. David. So Uri was defeated by a Georgian duke going up against Queen Tamar. Now the other link said Tamar herself rode out against old David, right? I mean against Uri. Tamar herself led the troops and, showing a remarkable talent for the commander, defeated her husband on the outskirts of Tbilisi. All right. So did Tamar have someone else do it like they said, or did Tamar herself lead the troops? My knock. Either way, Uriah was defeated. The same Uriah, you know what I mean, that was put in the forefront of the hot battle. And what battle is it anyway? David was victorious. We can all say Halal HaWah. We're just talking David Soslan. Father of Hasdai, brother of Solomon and Hanan, son of Jadaran, Chola, Raja Hiraja, Emperor of Soli, or Prester John. This has been Prester John, installment number 68, right here on your Heartbone, my Nagi. Shabbat Shalom. Look out for 69, 70. Here we come. My Naga, can we? I mean, I don't even know how to, say this, but I mean, can we hit Prester John 100 on their Facebook? Hey, stay tuned, man. We just surfing the wave. Halal HaWah, KTC, MHOE, dripping in that mem sauce. Shalom.